Hello, so today I am going to look at a technique to just explain when we feel stressed, so why we feel stressed and why some situations make us feel more stressed than others. So I've got a pen and paper with me. I'm going to draw something which I draw so much in therapy, but I guarantee you it doesn't really get any better. So this is called a stress jug, which I'm going to show you in a second. So this is meant to be a jug. So this is your stress jug. So with that, everyone has different levels of stress that they can manage. So for example, your level of stress could be here. So this is just the general level of stress that you have. So you've got, within that stress, this is your buffer zone. So this is basically the amount of additional stress that you can manage without feeling really, really overwhelmed and just kind of almost like shutting down or just not really knowing what to do, just feeling really, really stressed. So that's your buffer zone. So then, sometimes we have just little bits of stress, just trickling bits of stress. And with that, you can generally manage it because you were doing stuff to empty your stress. So have trickling bits of stress coming in and you are just getting rid of that stress. So you're kind of managing because you're still staying within that buffer zone. However, sometimes we have situations where we have loads of stress coming in and we aren't able to empty it as quick as we need to. Also, there may be times where we have the massive bits of stress or we have the little bits of stress, but we haven't got the skills to be able to empty our stress jug. So then we are just overflowing. Also, there is another part of this which isn't on normal jugs, but it is a little pipe. Now, this pipe shows stress that goes round. So you have the stress that comes out and it goes round because you haven't got any coping strategies to manage it. So let's give some examples. So you can see the visual, but say a little bit of stress could be you're on your way to work and you're stuck in traffic. But the way you cope with it is to listen to music and just to distract yourself. However, that might not always make you feel better, or you might not think of doing that. So then your stress level starts to go up. So you start to enter into your buffer zone. Then you might get to work and someone's taking your parking space. So depending on how you are, you could get really, really wound up thinking, this is the worst day, someone's parked in my space. Or you could have the coping strategy of in your brain thinking, it'll be okay, I'll find another space. So again, that situation shows how you could move up into your buffer zone or you could empty it. So that's just like little examples. However, massive bits of stress, that could be moving house. It could be planning a wedding, or it could be having a child, or it could be an exam, or anything that you feel is a massive bit of stress. So what I think is a really good way is have an idea of where your jug is, where you are in your jug. Know what things are your little bits of stress, know what things would really, really stress you out, but most importantly, know how to cope with it. So know what your coping strategies are, knowing that if you meditate, if you listen to music, if you eat healthily, or if you eat your favourite film, listen to a piece of music, call a friend, go for a walk, do a crossword, do some knitting, play some football, that you need to know what things can help you to empty your stress jug. Because even if you have a situation that's going around like this, if you're able to empty some of that stress, that's going to help you, because you don't want to be in a stage where, imagine your stress level is right up here, so you've just got that tiny buffer zone. That's those times where you feel like anything could happen and you just flip and flip. Whereas this, you've got a longer range for things to build up. So then you can notice, as I said, what your triggers are, but also what are your warning signs that you're becoming stressed. Do you overeat? Do you undereat? Do you block people out? Do you talk to people more? Do you drink more? Do you use substances? Do you stop doing the things that you enjoy? So they are going to be your key indicators. So that's just really a bit about stress and kind of how we can visualise it into knowing what's going on for us. So as I said, the key things that I would urge you to think about is, what are your triggers for stress? Looking at the big and the little things, then looking at the things that help you to manage your stress, and then also thinking about the things that are going to kind of keep going around, those cyclical stressors, how you can maybe problem solve that or change that. And they are the keys. If you understand your triggers, understand your early warning signs of becoming stressed, you can do something while you're in that buffer zone rather than until you're overflowing or until you've got to that tiny bit. So yes, that is my beautiful masterpiece of a stress jug. I thought I would just share that with you because I find it really helpful in therapy, and I thought it'd be nice to share. But yeah, I hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you are, and stay safe.